Okay, everybody. Back like I said we would be. And now we're finna focus on our hybrid. The first hybrid to finally get featured in this Dinosaur Diary. And I've kind of set some things in motion here because for these two hybrids, I want them to go on kind of a rampage, and I'm hoping that's what's going to happen here. So we're hoping that our good old Irexy does the start, at least starts us off, give us the initial catalyst here. I got it set that a tornado's going to hit the park, so in case the Irex doesn't do something or the Indoraptor doesn't do something, you know, something will happen to kick start everything. So without further ado, people, Indominus Rex. Okay, people. So this part was made pre, you know, Doctor Who DLC. So unfortunately, there will be no skin camouflaging of the Indominus Rex, with even featuring. But at least I'm still able to feature my favorite Indominus Rex skin, which is the Savannah. Was coastal until they decided it wasn't going to be all black. So anyway, while I go over the Indominus Rex's lengthy entry, enjoy the chaos that's about to ensue. Damn, it dwarfs Metricanthosaurus. You might want to run, pal. Anyway, Indominus Rex means fierce or untamable king. Its code name is Irex. It is a hybrid of Giganotosaurus, Mayungasaurus, Carnotaurus, Rugops, Therizinosaurus, Tyrannosaurus Rex, and Velociraptor, and Dinosuchus. Dinosuchus is an ancient crocodile, by the way. It has cuttlefish genes, tree frog DNA, pit viper DNA, and an unspecified number of modern animals, so it could be part dog for all we know. Its diet is obviously carnivorous since its genetic makeup is majority carnivorous. It had a height of 6 meters, which is 20 feet. It has a length of 15 meters, which is 50 feet at fully grown, stated by Dr. Wu. Its weight is unknown, but if we had to specify, it had to be at 50 feet for a carnivore. There has to be about 9, 10, maybe even 11 tons. But I'm gonna say comfortably it's about 9 to 10 tons. Uh-oh, where's it going? Oh, it's going into the forest, everybody. It's trying to break out. Yep, here we go. It's breaking into the sauropod enclosure. Anyway, its range was these are nublars. That's where it was created. Huh? It's not electric. It gave up. It gave up. Oh, it's hungry. Okay. Birth type egg, obviously, as you saw in the beginning of the movie. Movie appearances include Jurassic World and Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Skeleton only. Game appearances will be Lego Jurassic World, Jurassic World the game, Lego Dimension eggs only, Jurassic Park Builder, Jurassic World Alive, and as you're currently witnessing here, Jurassic World Evolution. Toy appearances would include Jurassic World, Lego Jurassic World, Jurassic World Zoomer, and Jurassic World Dino Hybrid. That's interesting. Alright, so getting into the gist of things. It says here that Indominus Rex was the latest attraction in Jurassic World. Damn! One shot. Okay, we see you, Indom. Go ahead. Go through there and cause that chaos now. Don't you just... Oh, gotcha. Okay. Nobody knows what it wants to do. Is it finna fight the other Metricanthus? So anyway, I'm getting distraction. Indominus Rex was the latest attraction in Jurassic World. The hybrid was created by combining the genetic traits of multiple species. Some of the known species that were used in the creation of the hybrid are Tyrannosaurus Rex, Velociraptor, Carnotaurus, Giganotosaurus, Mayungasaurus, Rugops, Deinosuchus, and Therizinosaurus, as well as modern animals like cuttlefish, tree frogs, and a pit viper snake. The prelude to its creation. Engine's chief scientist, Dr. Henry Wu, was fascinated with the possibility to create an entirely new species by gene mixing. Ever since he learned that the inclusion of frog DNA had given the dinosaurs the ability to switch gender. I lost it. Okay, it says on May 21st, 1997, he created Caracosis wutaiensis, a hybrid plant. On April 5th, 2009, another hybrid was created. Years after opening, Jurassic World's success was lower in 2011, unlike the previous years of its operation. Simon Manzrani attended a meeting on April 4th, 2012, in which the board of his company unanimously desired a new attraction for Jurassic World to satisfy its investors. After he had gotten out of this meeting, Simon emailed Dr. Henry Wu his approval to create a new species. Speaking of new species, Metricanthus is on the loose in the pen. Look out, Alora Titan. I think he's coming for you. He's going for that Mamenchisaurus. Anyway, the result was a genetically modified hybrid of several dinosaur genera and modern animals. Development of the hybrid began in 2012 in the unknown Hammond Creation Lab. 2012, not the unknown. It said development of the hybrid began in 2012 in the Hammond Creation Lab sometime after the board meeting. Unknown to Masrani was that Dr. Henry Wu, the creator of the hybrid, had made a deal with Engine Security Division Commander Vic Hoskins to weaponize it in a grand scheme to have dinosaurs be used in military operations, and kept many of the creatures used in his creation a secret. Upon Simon Masrani's announcement of the creation of the genetic hybrid, now named Indominus Rex, online ticket sales for Jurassic World skyrocketed. Its characteristics say that the hybrid could run up to speeds of 30 miles per hour when confined in its paddock, with its roar alone reaching between 140 to 160 decibels, as loud as the liftoff and landing of a Boeing 747 airplane. Indominus Rex had spiky osteoderms across its body and thorns above its eye orbits, traits that originated from the DNA of various abelosaurs used in its creation. Its osteoderms were extremely tough, being able to withstand fire from a GE M134 minigun and even a direct hit from an AT-4 rocket launcher. It also had well-developed forelimbs from Therizinosaurs, complete with opposable thumbs, whose origins are unknown, and had sickle-shaped claws on each of its fingers, with the claw of the middle finger being the longest. Its long arms made it semi-quadrupedal. A single swipe of its claws was able to incapacitate, and several were able to kill even giant sauropods like Apatosaurus. It was able to change color from the cuttlefish used in its creation, which was used as camouflage in hunting, but also helped the hybrid grow at a quick rate. The Indominus Rex also had what appeared to be proto-feathers growing out of several parts of its body, namely its head and forelimbs. Their base skin color was a grayish white, with eyes whose sclera were red-orange. Oh, finally, the tornado's about to hit. Look at the sky darken. Okay, anyway. The teeth of Indominus were from Deinosuchus DNA, explaining why the teeth are exposed like a crocodile. Due to this bit of instability, its teeth varied in size, often jutting out at unnatural angles, and many were broken. Indominus Rex had a total of 74 teeth. Another trait that came from Tyrannosaurus being in its gene pool was the massively strong bite force it had, though it could also get some of that bite force from Deinosuchus DNA as well, which Indominus could have used to even crush a bulletproof gyrus spear or break the neck of an Ankylosaurus. The Indominus's lower jaw was slightly longer than the upper jaw, which gave it something of an underbite. Its large size is attributed to Giganotosaurus. Interestingly, though, Irex could reach 50 feet as an adult, while none of the theropods, including Giganotosaurus, used in its creation could reach this length. This cause of this surpassed length and the hybrid is unknown. The tree frog DNA, which was intended to help them adapt to the climate of Isla Nublar, had allowed it to remove its own thermal signature. The hybrid could also detect the thermal signatures of others as well, due to the pit viper DNA added. The snake DNA may also be the reason why it could open its jaws wider than any of InGen's clone theropods. Finally, the Velociraptor DNA used in Indominus's creation gave it high level of intelligence, as well as the ability to communicate with Velociraptor individuals. Good examples of its intelligence being one's plan of making the people that observed her in her paddock think that she had escaped, and her ability to remember when and where her creators inserted her tracking implant. Though they do hunt for food, one Irex was shown to kill mainly for sport. This individual was known to have committed cannibalism, as she killed and ate her own sibling, which was the first thing she did as soon as she hatched. However, since the Irex who exhibited these traits had a rough upbringing, these behaviors may not be natural. The cannibalism could have come from either Majungasaurus DNA or T-Rex DNA, or both, since both theropods have fossil evidence of cannibalism, though the rough upbringing suggests that it could be a mental illness of some sort seen in this individual. The Isla Nublar incident of 2015. Two Irex were meant to be kept in their paddock that had walls with a height of 12 meters or 40 feet. This was also planned in case one of them died. However, the older Indominus cannibalized her own sibling and would also attack the workers of her paddock as well. 3 weeks before their paddock was open to the public, Simon Masrani visited the paddock. He had not been able to do so for many months due to him being needed for several meetings and events. At the time of his visit, the lone Indominus was not fully grown and was only 12.2 meters, 40 feet. Simon told Claire to consult Owen Grady to see if he was interested in taking a job requiring him to inspect Indominus Rex paddock for any vulnerabilities, seeing her attempt to break the glass in the observation deck. That same day, the Indominus later managed to avoid her temperature being picked up by the thermal cameras thanks to the frog DNA in her species, and left claw marks in the walls to make them think she was able to climb over the wall. When O'Grady paddock survivor Nick and worker Ellis came to paddock supervisor Nick and worker Ellis came in to investigate the damaged paddock, the hybrid ambushed them as soon as they got word that she was still in the paddock, making a quick meal out of Ellis in the process. As they fled, she managed to break through the door as it was now fully shut. Free at last, the IRX managed to detect and eat Nick, but Owen evaded her by hiding under a nearby crane outside of her paddock and then cut the crane's fuel tank, masking his scent. The Indominus Rex then headed off towards the Jurassic World Park, attracted by the thermal signatures of the visitors there. Her escape was not reported to Jurassic World visitors because Simon Masrani thought the Asset Containment Unit, ACU for short, would capture her by following her tracker implant. The IREX traveled south of her paddock, having detected the thermal signatures of the visitors in Main Street. She managed to claw out her tracker along with some flesh she attached to it, and ambushed the team as soon as they arrived, killing most of the troopers, including Katashi Hamada, Craig, and other members. Oh God, got him. And other members of the team, convincing Owen that the island needed to be evacuated. The Indominus might have been responsible for opening one of the Gyrosphere Valley's fences to the restricted area of Isla Nublar. She then found brothers Zach and Gray Mitchell, who were observing 4 ankylosaurs in the island's restricted area after traveling through the open gate, and attacked the two. In her attack, she agitated one of the ankylosaurs, who proceeded to fight back against her, though her counterattack ended with her being killed by the Indominus via rolling onto her back and breaking her neck. She resumed attacking the two brothers by piercing her mid-talon into the glass and rotated the vehicle so the boys could see their demise. Creature's very dark and sadistic. She then attempted to chomp the gyrosphere whole, but got her mouth stuck. She attempted to smash it several times to the ground to crack it open, but the two brothers escaped by getting out of their damaged gyrosphere and jumping off a waterfall. She gave out a loud roar in disappointment and headed into the Gyrosphere Valley. Shortly afterward, the Indominus attacked a herd of apatosaurs, killing 5 and fatally injuring 1 before moving on into the restricted area of Isla Nublar, leaving their bodies uneaten. While in the restricted area, the IREX discovered Owen Grady and Claire Deering inside the visitor center, to which she took the opportunity to attack and chase them, after pretending not to notice them and breaking through the ceiling. However, her pursuit of the humans ended when she saw JW-001, piloted by Masrani himself, outfitted with a heavy machine gun, in pursuit of her. She led her pursuer to the Jurassic World Aviary, where she smashed through the enclosure's walls and scared the pterosaurs inside of the aviary to the open hole she created. As the freed pterosaurs led to the destruction of JW-001 and attacked the guests in Main Street, the Indominus traveled further into the restricted area of the island. That night, in the restricted area, the members of Jurassic World's Velociraptor pack found her. However, she communicated with the raptors and became the alpha of their pack. As leader of the pack, she commanded that the raptors that were under her control to attack the humans that came with them and that were in the area, to which they followed this order. Upon the initiation of this order, the engine security troopers Owen and Barry, who were following the Velociraptors, opened fire on the hybrid. She managed to escape the brawl that ensued, as the small arms fire had little to no effect on her, but she did nearly collapse on the ground when she was hit by a rocket from one of the troopers while escaping. The IREX finally arrived on Main Street, and she met Owen, Claire, the Mitchell brothers, and the 3 remaining raptors once again, commanding the raptors to finish them off. Owen successfully attempts to regain Blue's trust by removing her camera only seconds before the hybrid's arrival. Blue once again regards Owen as her alpha. Blue then screeches at the I-Rex shortly before it responded by knocking her into a wall, seemingly killing her. The Raptors, now aligned with Owen's group again, proceeded to jump on and attack the Indominus, while Owen provided extra fire, albeit ineffective fire, with his rifle. But the fight ends fairly quickly after Indominus easily kills Delta by tossing her into a grill, incinerating her, and snatches and throws Echo away. With the Raptors defeated, the Indominus Rex then proceeds to resume hunting Owen and the Mitchell brothers, who were huddled inside the Jurassic Traders outpost, one of the main street's shops. She nearly dragged Gray to her, but was stopped by another dinosaur who challenged her, Jurassic World's veteran Tyrannosaurus Rex. The T-Rex carried out a heavy assault on Indominus as the two dinosaurs engaged in a ferocious battle. Though the T-Rex initially dominated the fight, she was eventually brought to the ground by the hybrid's strength, destroying the Jurassic Traders outpost and almost killing Owen, Grady, Zack, and Gray. The Indominus almost delivered the killing blow before she was attacked by Blue, who was still alive from the onslaught. This allowed the tyrant to return to her feet and grab the I-Rex by the neck, pushing her into many of the main street's buildings, while Blue assisted the Tyrannosaurus. Finally, she was flung to the edge of Jurassic World Lagoon. The attacks from both the T-Rex and Blue were so heavy that it caused a hybrid to actually bleed, and pieces of metal were sticking out of the left side of her torso. The I-Rex got back up from the ground, however, still ready to fight the theropods once more. While she let out a roar, the lagoon's resident Mosasaurus detected the hybrid and proceeded to emerge out of the water to pull the I-Rex under the water to her death. Now, even long after his death, the skeleton of the Indominus remained at the bottom of the abandoned park's lagoon. Eventually, a group of mercenaries in the submarine sneak into the lagoon to extract a sample of the Indominus. Ooh, the snap. Sneak to snatch this blah 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 blah. Eventually, a group of mercenaries in the submarine sneak into the lagoon to extract a sample from the Indominus remains. After carving out a rib bone, it is sent to the surface and extracted by a helicopter before the submarine encountered the thought to be dead Mosasaurus. The DNA of Indominus stored in a glass container was then claimed by Eli Mills. He then assisted Henry Wu in using the Indominus Rex DNA to create a new hybrid, the super hybrid Indoraptor. In the end, the Indoraptor gets impaled on a Gujaceratops skull in the Lockwood Manor, and Mills tries to run away with the DNA sample of the Indominus to make new hybrids. However, the T-Rex that uses Nublar kills Eli and stops one of the deceased rival's ribs, which ultimately prevents any further creation of new hybrids. That was a lovely recap. Oh, now let's take a look at the games that Indominus has been featured in since its debut. Lego Jurassic World. Indominus Rex appears in Lego Jurassic World, the video game. Its role in the game story mode is near identical to its role in Jurassic World's film, except the only one was created instead of two. She appears in all of the Jurassic World story levels. The amber that unlocks Indominus was found in the level out of the bonds, and the bone boxes of that level can be collected to unlock the skeleton skin for the hybrid as well. Jurassic World the game says the Indominus Rex appears in one of the Indominus Rex appears in Jurassic World the game. It could originally be unlocked by codes from Brawlosaur toys for use in Battle Arena, but since June 10th of 2015, it can be created for the player's park by fusing a level 40 Tyrannosaurus Rex and a level 40 Velociraptor. There are two Brawlosaur variants in the game. One that is tan with lime striping, and one that is light teal blue with dark blue stripes. Regardless of the color, they share the same strats. Moving on. Gotta scroll past all these pictures that is showing. Okay. Next up is Lego Dimensions. In the mission expert opinion, the player must retrieve 10 Indominus eggs that were taken by female dinosaurs during the incident. In Jurassic Park Builder, Indominus Rex can be created in-game and is purchasable within real-world money. In Jurassic World Alive, Indominus Rex is featured as a legendary hybrid. Real good dinosaur. I'm hoping to get my hands on this soon. And for Jurassic World Evolution, it says that Indominus Rex will be featured. Now we're going to move on to its toy lines. Jurassic World. There are two toys of Indominus that are part of the Jurassic World toy line, retailing for $35. The Chomping Indominus Rex has the ability to change skin color and can let out a roar upon pressing down his arms. Another figure that is packaged with a gyrosphere with a mounted disc launcher has a piece of skin that can be slid back to reveal battle damage, and pulling the tail of the Indominus figure causes it to bite in a downward motion. The battle pack was also packaged with a Ankylosaurus figure from the same line as a Target exclusive. A biter Indominus figure was made that would snap his jaws when his tail was pulled down. IREX is also part of the Hero Masher's assessment, where its parts can be used with other toys in the line to make unique creations. It is packaged with a Velociraptor Hero Masher and several other parts, including a Brachiosaurus neck. The same Hero Masher also had a standalone release, which included a miniature gyrosphere. There was a Brawlosaur figure of IREX that was included with the Ankylosaurus Brawlosaur. This means that the Indominus Rex is the only hybrid with multiple Brawlosaur figures. Then the Lego Jurassic World figure of Indominus Rex was included in the Lego Jurassic World set 75919 Indominus Rex Breakout. She has posable legs, jaws, head, arms, hands, and thumbs. Her head is as large as a minifigure and is able to fit one between its jaws, while her hands can hold a minifigure. Zoomer and a robotic Indominus Rex was created for a toy line. Then you got the Jurassic World Dino Hybrid. A figure of Indominus similar in appearance to level 40 Indominus from Jurassic World. The game will retail for $35. $34.99, but you know that's $35 and some change of a tax. Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. The Indominus Rex returns as part of the mini dinos assortment for the line based on Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Here it is labeled as being metallic and depicted as being transparent. It is featured in both the basic and battle damage mini assortments. It will also be a main figure in 2019. A skeleton of it is also in the Walmart exclusive Quest for Indominus Rex pack based on the opening scene Fallen Kingdom. Nice. And we got some behind the scenes. Y'all know how I love these behind the scenes, and this behind the scenes looks quite lengthy. I think it is. Yeah, this is really quite lengthy. So everybody hold on to your butts. Indominus Rex, stop going off screen, buddy. We're trying to get you in here and ready. Jurassic World creator Colin Trevorrow said that it was this new dinosaur that gave him reason to tell another Jurassic Park story. In one script for Jurassic World, Indominus was to be a fictional species of dinosaur discovered in China, but Colin disagreed with this idea. Oh, thank you. Thank you for being smart, Colin. He was like, get that bullshit out of here. Ain't nobody gonna buy that. To which he was correct about. This hybrid had gone through many changes in appearance during the development of Jurassic World. The director of Jurassic World, Colin Trevorrow, has said that it was difficult to design because we needed to feel grounded in genetic attributes of animals on our planet right now. The first design was created by Legacy Effects as a digital sculpture. Aaron McBride and his team at LIM then further designed the Indominus with the aim to create a fictional dinosaur that still appeared grounded in the natural world. One early design by Aaron McBride was similar to the one seen in the film, but had a more triangular orbital fenestra like that seen in members of the Carcharodontosauridae, the family that Giganotosaurus, one of the dinosaurs used in Indominus' creation, is a member of. You're just like stuck in this paddock. It must be fine. Yeah, it's fine with being in this paddock. Not for long. We're gonna move it. Continuing on. It said that it had more quills and only 3 fingers, lacked osteoderms and horns, and had a small cell located on its neck, like that seen in some restorations of Acrocanthosaurs. In the storyboard by David Lowery, the Indominus Rex resembles McBride's design with its forearms somewhat shorter. This conceptual design had another variant that was used in pre-production size chart of animals that were or planned for the film, in which it was dark gray and visibly taller than the T-Rex. Yeah, get him. Moving on. One early design. No. Hold on. No. Says one early design shows that it was. Huh? Oh man, I hate that. I'll lose my place, and I'm gonna just say start off just an indication that flips in the storyboard that was designed by was somewhat shorter. One of the design that displays these traits featured with the skull that resembles Albilosaurus, but also determines the size of the large in terms of Giganotosaurus. Okay, with arms that were more Therizinosaur than the final version. This conceptual design had another variant that was used in pre-production size chart of animals that were planned for the film, in which it was dark gray and visibly taller than the T-Rex. A toy prototype also resembles Albilosaurs like the previously mentioned concept art, but more slender with arms like a velociraptor and a set of fangs on the front of each of its jaws. For guidance, ILM sought the advice of veteran paleontological advisor of the series, Jack Horner. One of Horner's suggestions was Therizinosaurus because of its large arms and claws, which Horner says ILM used as a reference when designing the hybrid. Glenn McIntosh also had many discussions with Horner, and McIntosh's input was incorporated in the development design of the hybrid. Oh, well, that's nice to know. Glenn McIntosh also had many discussions with Horner and McIntosh. Pusher was according to the development design of the hybrid. Industrial Light and Magic's Chris Costa created the original maquette of the I-Rex from artwork by Legacy Effects, which served as the template for the digital model. Glenn McIntosh was notably concerned about how the mouth configuration of the Indominus would be, so he created several concepts that he presented to Trevorrow, featuring 3 different choices: fully enclosed teeth like Komodo dragons, and the raptor's half-exposed teeth like the T-Rex, and finally exposed interlocking teeth like a saltwater crocodile. The latter, which was chosen, Trevorrow wanted McIntosh to pursue the exposed teeth design, and McIntosh created several concepts in response. McIntosh also created descriptive illustrations and sketches, not skeletons, to emphasize his osteoderms and define several of his skull fenestrations, particularly the anatomical fenestra and the infratemporal fenestra. Oh, it's getting placed. The conceptual design by Seth Engstrom depicts it with a Kakarodontosaur head with the iguana-like spikes running down its back. Several of the concepts by Engstrom depict it with having shorter hand digits with long therizinosauric claws, unlike the final version. Colin Trevorrow liked this trait, and thus it was implemented in the final design of the Indominus. ILM further gave the hybrid its signature underbite to contribute towards giving it a menacing look. There exist 3 concept art pieces that showcase its underbite and are close to the hybrid's finalized appearance. The first has a more triangular anterorbital fenestra like that seen in Kakarodontosaurus, with thick quills on its arms and lacks horns and quills on its head. Furthermore, its color scheme is a mixture of yellow and tan instead of a grayish white. The second known design depicts it with a wider skull and without quills and thumbs. Finally, there is a design that is near identical to the one seen in the film, yet lacks horns, quills, and thumbs with the row of spikes in the place of the horns and quills. At some point, the design of the eye color and shape of the final Indominus was based on a goshawk. The Indominus was later given horns by the designers to differentiate it from the T-Rex. Steve Jubenville was in charge of creating the CGI model of the Indominus, modifying the maquette created by Chris Costa to fit the needs of director Colin Trevorrow. Jubenville created a reference library of his own consisting of lizards, birds, and other animals when designing the dinosaur hybrid. Martin Murphy created the scale pattern of the Indominus using the software Mari by the Foundry and worked with Jubenville in designing the 3D model. The two worked back and forth with each other in ZBrush, Adobe Photoshop, and Mari to complete the computer-generated model of the Indominus Rex. The creation of the CG model of the Indominus Rex has gotten Jubenville, Murphy, Aaron Gray, and Kevin Reuter nominated for the 14th Annual VES Awards in the category of Outstanding Models in a Photoreal or Animated Project. For the hatchling, Matt Curran simply resculpted the model of the adult, while Jubenville recreated its eggshell. When creating the hatchling, the aim was to make it creepy instead of cute. The concept of Indominus is very similar to that of the toy line Jurassic Park Chaos Effect, or more specifically, the Ultimasaurus. The toy line from the toy line. I meant to say a toy from the toy line that was a hybrid between Ankylosaurus, Stegosaurus, Triceratops, Tyrannosaurus Rex, and Velociraptor. The adult from this hybrid was never released, but a hatchling was included with the Roland Timbo action figure of the toy line. The hybrid also resembles an unidentified theropod that appeared in the first issue of the IDW comic series, Jurassic Park Dangerous Games. Many fans have noted that the Indominus Rex is similar to the Baryonyx Rudy from the film Ice Age 3 Dawn of the Dinosaurs, or the fictional Vastatosaurus Rex from the 2005 remake of King Kong. Because many people were disappointed with the design of I-Rex, they created the Build a Better Fake Theropod project to make their own hybrid theropods. I ain't gonna lie, I myself was not initially impressed with the initial concept and design of Indominus Rex either, but I did grow to like it. I did. The name of Indominus Rex also changed throughout its design process as well. In the Jurassic World storyboard by David Lowery, the Indominus is referred to as Molosaurus and Malusaurus. Another name for Indominus Rex was Diabolus Rex or D-Rex. I remember that when it was finna go by that name. which was a nickname that ILM used for the hybrid before it was given a final name. When Diabolus Rex is entered into the query of the Mazrani backdoor, the console will reply with an error message saying, "Did you mean Axis Boulder?" But if Axis Boulder is entered, it will say it is an unknown command. Axis Boulder itself is an anagram for Diabolus Rex. Ha. Oh, a dead Sinoceratops. It got all the way over here. I'm gonna check this park out after I'm done here. See what destruction that tornado wrought. In David Lowery storyboards for Jurassic World, the dinosaur hybrid behaves differently. After killing the Ankylosaurus, it is shown to eat the Ankylosaurus, suggesting that the Indominus did not kill it out of sport or defense, but to possibly satisfy its hunger. Another divergence from the film was that it joined the raptor pack, all four of them in pursuit of Claire and the Mitchells in their vehicle. According to the concept art for Jurassic World, the famous fight between Rexy and the raptors was to occur in some kind of closure near a volcano in the rain instead of Main Street, and there was one less raptor involved. There was also supposed to be animatronic Tyrannosaurus coming out of a waterfall, which the hybrid bites, a reference to the scene in Jurassic Park chapter Tyrannosaur, and the Lost World Jurassic Park, the scene where the I-Rex bites the head off the animatronic was cut when the script was being written due to Steven Spielberg pointing out that the audience might have interrupted the scene and saying CGI is much better than animatronics. The location was later changed to Main Street, and in concept art for the fight in the previously mentioned location, it was shown to be raining like the previous concept art, and even had pterosaurs flying in the background. Lego Jurassic World's adaptation of the fight seems to be partially based on the latter concept art, as Dimorphodon's present in the Main Street when the battle occurs. In the storyboard for the fight, 2 raptors were still alive, and none of them helped Rexy when she was overpowered by the I-Rex. Instead, the I-Rex continued to combat the T-Rex until she threw Rexy through a concrete wall close to Jurassic World Lagoon, where the Mosasaurus kills the hybrid just as she prepares to give the killing blow to Rexy with her sharp claws. 2 early concepts of the Indominus were created by Joyner when the film was in the early stages of production. In one version, the Indominus was depicted as being a large great theropod with a small humped back, a pair of 2 long claws on each of its hands, and a large crest on its snout, while in another, it was going to resemble a yellow Giganotosaurus with dark colored stripes on its body, linings on its head, and liners on his head. I need to learn how to read, people. I'm so sorry. This version will also sport quill-like feathers along his spine and underarms. Is that all the Ceratosaurus? I think he killed all the Ceratosaurus. The roars of Indominus were made from the vocalization of many different animals to give the hybrid's vocal mass vocalizations for walruses, whales, beluga whales, lions, pigs, monkeys such as macaws or macaws. I don't know how to say the word. Dolphins and finnet foxes were used. The sound designers for Jurassic World did not use sound effects that were similar to the Tyrannosaurus from the films to differentiate Indominus from the famous theropod, and wanted it to sound irritable to the viewers to make them dislike the hybrid. Well, they succeeded in that regard, I believe. In trailer release for Jurassic World, the Indominus roars were reused from Tyrannosaurus rather than roars heard in the actual film. The demise of the Indominus Rex in Jurassic World is similar to the one of the Giganotosaurus from the comic series Jurassic Park Redemption. In the 5th issue of the comic, when the Giganotosaurus is quarreling with the main characters at the Texas nuclear power plant, a pack of velociraptors enter the area and attack the theropod. While the Giga is overwhelmed with the raptors, it stumbles into the river nearby, where it is then killed by a mosasaur that was present in the river since the 2nd issue. Its camouflage ability resembles the Carnotaurus from the novel Lost World, who shared the same ability coincidentally. Carnotaurus DNA was used in the creation of Indominus Indominus, damn. But for the pair of horns on his head, not the camouflage. You could still indirectly say that that played a part in that, though. That it had something to do with why it could camouflage, because it was supposed to be able to do that. So why not still let it do that? Give it credit for that. That cuttlefish and Carnotaurus DNA gave it the ability to camouflage. But those Carnotaurs were more chameleon-like because they were made with chameleon DNA. Who's not to say that the Indominus probably didn't have chameleon DNA in it either. For Jurassic World, the exhibition, the Indominus animatronic was created by the Australian-based company Creature Technology Company, as with all the other dinosaurs featured. Much like T-Rex, though often referred to as I-Rex, this is incorrect. Scientifically, it should be referred to as I-Rex, as Rex is the scientific name of the species. The limited edition Jurassic World Blu-ray gift set came with a model of Indominus Rex as well as a model of Tyrannosaurus. The Giganotosaurus from the video game Ark Survival Evolved bears resemblance to the Indominus Rex. Really? Wow. And that's it, everybody. Its species profile has been logged. It's been entered. I hope you all enjoyed it, and the chaos that ensued mostly thanks to the tornado. And now we gear up for Indoraptor to add to the chaos to kill off whatever's left and possibly have a run-in with Indominus. Who knows, maybe the tornado will come back through. So thanks for stopping by, and I'll be with y'all shortly in the Indoraptors Dino entry. See y'all soon, everybody.